Hi YouTube, this is Boy1 and I am going to tell you guys a creepypasta I made up, and hopefully it's okay. I mean, I'm just a beginner, so here you go. There was a boy, I guess you can say he was like 15 or 16, and he did ballet, and he lived with just his mom. And one day when he was at ballet class, he had just finished and the class was over, so as he was outside the ballet studio waiting for his mom to pick him up, he gets a text message from an unknown person. He picks up the phone to find out who the unknown person is, and when he answers it, it turns out to be this escaped serial killer from prison, and he said that he was going to go and kill him. So the boy said, "Not funny, whoever this is, stop playing jokes," and he hung up on the person. An hour later, as the boy is still waiting for his mom to pick him up, he sees a black car coming up, thinking maybe his mom had a rental car or something. And when he went to go to the black car, he saw that it wasn't his mom. It was the serial killer with the knife that escaped from jail. The killer came up to him and slashed his throat, and then stuffed his body into a human-sized jack-in-a-box that's like really big, stuffed his body in there, and threw in the knife he stabbed him with inside the box with him too. 5 months later, it shows that the boy's mother goes to his grave, and she starts performing devil worshipping on his grave to bring back her son. And she made a grave mistake. His spirit came back, and it became a demon. And when she saw his spirit, she ran away in fear. The next day, officials say there have been 5 murders, and they don't know why, but they say that the murders have been linked to a big jack-in-a-box covered in blood. So then a week later, this girl gets a package from UPS, and she doesn't know what it is. And she reads the card, or the address sticker, saying it came from her aunt's house. She takes the box to her room, opens it, and sees that's a giant jack-in-a-box. So she starts cranking the jack-in-the-box. And when she cranks it, the music starts playing, and the music is "Hush Little Baby, Don't You Cry." When she finished cranking it, nothing happened. So, as the girl turned around to go back to her, to leave to go and get something to eat, she hears a noise. She goes back upstairs from the kitchen to her room where the jack-in-the-box is, and she saw that the jack-in-the-box was open, and she went to go check to see what was inside, and there was nothing in there. So She turns back. So once she was finished observing the box, she turns back around, only to find a dead teenage boy with blood all over himself with a knife. And next thing you know, he he has the knife in his hand and he slashes her throat, and she dies instantly from blood loss. The next murder happened with two little boys that were being babysat. The package gets mailed to their house. The two boys' mom takes in the Jack in the Box package and puts it in their room. The two little boys play with the Jack in the Box again with the song, and nothing happens. So the mom told the two little boys that the babysitter's downstairs. They both go downstairs to the babysitter, and the babysitter, she's just sitting down on the sofa watching a scary movie. The mom's like, "Oh, don't play this around them, they're too scared." So the babysitter said that, can they stay upstairs in their room while I'm watching this? Mom said, "Alright, as long as you're watching them." So the mom leaves and goes to work. Babysitter's still sitting on the sofa watching the scary movie. The two little boys go upstairs. When they went upstairs, they saw the Jack in the Box was open. They didn't know why, and they didn't know how, but they both got a little creeped out. So they left their room again, went downstairs, and saw the babysitter still watching in the movie. They asked her if they can sit with her while she is watching the movie. She said no, because this movie's far too scary for them, so they both went back upstairs. A few hours later, the babysitter goes upstairs to check on them. To a horrifying discovery, she sees the two boys hacked to pieces all over their rooms. A very gruesome scene. The mom gets back, and the babysitter, hysterically crying, runs to the children's mothers, tell her the horrific scene. A day later, the babysitter is stuck with the box in her house. She starts to wonder why they died near the Jack in the Box, so she did what anyone else would do, obviously, with the Jack in the Box. She cranks the handle and waits till the music stops. So when it finally stopped, nothing happened, so the babysitter probably, she was like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna leave the room, I just want to see it open." The box pops right open, but nothing happens. So she turns around, walks out of the room, because she thinks this is bullcrap. And all of a sudden she hears someone running around upstairs in her house. She got frightened, so she grabs her aluminum bat and goes upstairs. When she goes back to her room, she sees a teenage boy bled all over himself, and he has a knife. She grabbed a baseball bat and whacked him in the head. And when she whacked him in the head, it missed because he's a ghost, and he disintegrated into dust and flew back into his Jack in the Box. And because she did not want this opportunity to end, before the box completely closed shut, she jumped in the Jack in the Box with him. That was a bad mistake, as when she went inside, the box closed in on her and she couldn't leave. And a few weeks later, on the news, it is saying a missing babysitter never found. The only thing found was a Jack in the Box. And that was the story of the killer inside the Jack in the Box. So, leave your comments, likes, dislikes, criticism. Tell me what you thought of that story of the killer Jack in the Box. And tell me how I did on my first creepypasta. Thank you so much.